Hey YouTube, welcome back to KG Constrictors. Today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about Colubrids, mainly the bull snakes. This here is Blaze. Now Blaze is my 2019 Extreme Red. He produced a clutch of eggs last year. I think the mom had about 10 or 11 eggs. Unfortunately, only 3 of them turned out to be viable. And I still have 1 left. I found homes for 2 of them, and I kept the extreme female. Now, I'm not used to working with this guy while I'm sitting down on a table, but he's extremely docile. Just like all bull snakes, very squirrely. Doesn't like to sit still too long. Eventually he will start to settle down. But for the sake of doing this video, I'm hoping this is a good way to do it by having the tripod and just kind of sitting here with a table and a black tablecloth here. He's going to start to settle down. All right, so this is definitely one of my favorite snakes, individually and as far as a species. Pituophis. These guys are very hardy. As babies, they're very hissy, a lot of bluff strikes. What they tend to do is they tend to hiss and carry on and rattle their tail. In the wild, they'll rattle their tail to almost like it mimics the sound of a rattlesnake tail. They do the same thing in captivity. This guy, not so much, because I've had him. I raised him from a baby. He's pretty chill, and he's used to people. I have brought him to schools to do presentations and other public events, and he's very good with people that he's never met before. This guy does not bite, not at all. The only time you gotta watch out for these guys is they're very highly food motivated, so when you open up their tub, they're gonna be coming out. So I always open up the tub with a hook. Kind of go up to the tub, whoop, now kind of open it up, because I know that there's gonna be a head. It's kind of like you got 3 spots where the snake's gonna come out. It's either gonna come out in the center, it's gonna come out in like this size, or the side or that side. So you gotta have to just guess. But I just use a large hook to just pull the tub open, and then of course Jack in the Box happens. So that's the way they all are. I've got a couple of Concockies. That's a locality from Illinois, captive bred, but that's the locality that I have. I've got a trio of Stillwater hypos. I've got 2 girls and a boy. Of course, captive bred. Everything I have is captive bred. See, I got a couple of younger king snakes. And I've got a Sonoran gopher, female. It's been a while since I've done any kind of video on the Colubrids, and when they're younger, I really try to get them used to me touching their head. And the main reason why, snakes by nature, the head is their, that's their vulnerable spot. So I try to get them used to me touching their head, mainly because if they ever have situations where I think something might be stuck in their mouth, like a piece of bedding or something, or if they happen to have a really bad shed and they've got retained eye caps, I want to be able to kind of hold them and restrain them without stressing them out, just to, whoop, pull the eye cap off. So I do this with the boas, I do this with the Colubrids, I do it with my reticulated python. I've always done this, and all the snakes that I have and have had over the years have been pretty cool when it comes to the head situation. You just have to start them young on it. You just got to get used to it. So as you're holding them, you never want to restrain them or grab them, because that's not good. But just kind of a little, hey, I'm gonna touch your head, that kind of thing, and just so they kind of get used to it over time. And then when the day comes that you actually need to do it, you'll be cool with it. So, all right. Well, like I said, this beautiful boy here, what is he, about, 4 feet long, I guess? I have never measured him, but he's got pretty good body weight. These guys eat a lot. They are very messy. They have a very fast metabolism. So you want to feed them more than once a week. Try to give this guy a couple of small rats a week. And sure enough, as soon as I get that enclosure clean, he's back to messing it up again. They like to poop in their water, which is actually easier for me because it makes the cleaning of the cage a lot easier. But if they don't poop in their water, they're pooping all over their cage, and then they're throwing it everywhere. They're very, very, very dirty animals when it comes to in captivity. So, but I love them to death, and he's being really good here. He's being super good. But yeah, this guy is such a sweetheart. I love him to death, and looking forward to getting some more eggs from a female, which will be paired up with him in the spring. Obviously, the way these Pituophuses go, the bull snakes, they hibernate where they're from. So you want to slowly kind of drop their temperatures down, and usually hibernate them maybe in the low 50s, between like 50 and 52. I'll do a whole video on that, but basically they hibernate, they wake up a few months later, slowly get them on heat, and then start feeding them. And then after they're awake for a good 4 or 5 weeks or so, then you put them together. And he got the female pregnant. I want to say he was with her like three different times, 3 different copulations, and that's all it took. So they're very, very prolific breeders, very easy to breed. So, but basically hibernate them in the winter, wake them up in the spring, make sure they got good body weight, start giving them food, and then put them together, and boom, let nature take its course. So yeah, he's finally starting to chill out. He is my most, like I said, not only my most favorite of all the bull snakes I have, but he's definitely the calmest, tamest, and like I said, I have no qualms about putting him in the hands of like a school, elementary school kid or something, with supervision, but I'm never worried about him biting anybody. He's just not a biter. Some of these guys can be fearful. I do have one Stillwater female, well actually it's the male, who's, I don't want to say aggressive because that's probably a terrible word. I guess he's just fearful. He's never calmed down, so he will bite me. He won't bluff. He'll bite me. So. All right, well anyway, this is going to conclude our little visit here with old Blaze, Mr. Red Bull. All right, Blaze. Oh, now look at him. He's hissing. What you doing? There we go. I guess he's saying goodbye. All right, very special little cameo appearance from one of Blaze's girls. This is one of the 3 babies that hatched out in late June of 2022. This is my keeper girl. Absolutely beautiful, equally as mellow and friendly as her dad. And look at that, just a beautiful representation of an extreme red. And perfect for the 4th of July, right? She's a firecracker. All right, everybody, enjoy your 4th of July weekend. Be safe. Thank you very much for checking in. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and ring the notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.